What are you doing here? Why are you here? Is it because I'm supposed to make a follow-up video to this one? Alright then. If you connected your DSi to the internet, you would be exposed to Flipnote Hatena, or as everyone else says, Hatena, with the power of the internet. Flipnote Studio on its own was kinda bland, but now that I can send my Flipnotes to the internet online, this app just got entirely expanded. But before we get onto the Flipnotes, I should explain how some things work. Hatena had a mailing system where every week Nintendo would send you the greatest news that is coming from Nintendo headquarters. Currently it's a virus. Then there's the channel list, where you can see a variety of different type of Flipnotes from creators relating to what it says. All Flipnotes literally show you all the Flipnotes from all the categories, and it just shows you the latest ones. Whenever you enter someone's Flipnote, you have the option to add stars. Now, adding stars is like pressing like on a video. That's why you see it in a bunch of Flipnotes. There's also the option to comment, but most of the time, I just draw a wiener. Wow, Atmer, that was so funny. I think I got a kidney stone. I should kick your fucking ass. The more stars and comments you have, the more likely you're going to end up on popular Flipnotes. Now, I gotta tell you guys, I think these Flipnotes are well deserved for the stars and the comments because these are such classics and they bring so much nostalgia. They're great. Now, I do have to say, most of these Flipnotes just involve fictional, popular cartoon characters or stickmen, kind of lacking in a bit of originality, but you know what? That's alright. I can forgive this because, well, I'm in love with this old school humor. I really wish that this stuff still stuck around, but obviously some things just have to die. This Hatena thing kinda went on until 2013 when Nintendo decided to pull the plug. Huh? What's that? You wanted to sign up after Hatena was closed? Sorry, bucko, but you get the middle figure. There was also a website, I don't know much about it other than you can also watch Flipnotes on there. It also got shut down, unfortunately. How sad. How can we help? Flipnote Hatena 2, everybody, yahoo! Whoever made this must be a very cool person. Alright, let's get this over with. Basically, everything on Pseudomemo is the same when compared to Flipnote Hatena. There are some very small differences, very small differences, but other than that, it's whatever. For people who don't know, Pseudomemo is where I got my start in, and it's where my mascot started in. I have a video that's full of, like, literally almost all of my Flipnotes in one video, and it's like an hour long. If you want to suffer through that, I'll put it in the description, but, yeah, just don't. Something that I really wanted to talk about, though, was the Flipnotes on Pseudomemo. Something you might notice when looking at the Flipnotes between Hatena and Pseudomemo is that Pseudomemo is way more edgier and it's got way more furries. If you guys remember what I said, Hatena basically only had fictional cartoon characters and stickmen for their Flipnotes, and there weren't that many so-called furries or OCs. But with Pseudomemo, they're freaking everywhere! Pseudomemo was just filled with music video Flipnotes. These are a thing, right? And it's either sex and shit or violence edgy shit. But even with this information, I do have to say, they're animated very well. I knew it. I knew the day that I laid eyes on him. I knew that he was going to be a gay furry man. I just knew it. Now, listen, hear me out. I do realize that the context of these Flipnotes are very stupid, but you also have to notice how I can never pull this shit off. I'm surprised they're able to do it. I need you guys to also know that they did this on, like, the same screen I drew poop on. So guys, please, I need you to be with me on this one, please. This is a talent. This is a talent. Now, do I think they should put their talent on something else? Yeah, I do. Also, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. I think Pseudomemo started the whole meme animation shit you see on YouTube all the time. I don't know, guys. I see a connection here. I see a really big connection here. Speaking of connections, guys. Mr. Burke, were you flirting with underage girls on Discord? Not talking, eh? Well, that's okay, because the biggest sin that you've made is saying the N-word on Discord. Don't you know? That's a powerful word. Okay, I'm done with this bit. But anyways, apparently Austin Berg did all this shitty stuff, and I think Pseudomemo is gonna get shut down eventually. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyways, because if you wanted to get into Pseudomemo, you're going to have to pay him some money, and then he'll give you the some code or something to put into the settings. But people like me have moved on from Pseudomemo, and now they're running really shitty YouTube channels like these.
Daddy, the giant furry man is scaring me.
I want to share with you information directly related to Flipnote Studio 3D, which we are currently developing for Nintendo 3DS.
Why'd you make me wait this long? Nintendo really did it this time. They made us wait so long for something that Flipnote fans have been waiting for a very long time. There are some big and small differences compared to the original Flipnote and the 3DS version. For instance, now there's 5 colors instead of just 2, which makes Flipnotes pop out a lot. And I mean, people from the original Flipnote already figured out how to make brown and purple. You can resize, turn your drawing around, flip it upside down. You can make squares, circles, and lines. Turn your background into whatever color. Oh, and something I forgot to mention in the other video is that you can actually add audio by pressing the microphone button and this red button right here, and then you can say something funny for like, I don't know, 3 minutes. Poop joke. There's also 4 sound effects per Flipnote. They're very short, tiny little sound effects that you can play and like they last a second or something. However, I do have to give a big warning here because the DS sound quality is horrible. Your Flipnotes always get saved to your SD card, but a neat little feature that Nintendo decided to put in was the feature to save your Flipnotes as AVI. Now that is one big step up. Thanks for thinking of the Flipnoters. Is that what we're calling this community? Speaking of communities, unfortunately, this new Flipnote Studio 3D does not bring its own
version of Hatena for 3D, and instead introduces us to Nintendo DSi library. The reason why this is text-to-speech is because I have the worst Alzheimer's.
What is this, you might ask? Well, Nintendo DSi Library is where you can get someone's ID from Flipnote Hatena and watch all of their old Flipnotes. Isn't that neat? You know what? Reggie, you suck ass. Yes, I am aware that the Japanese version of this game does have an online, but why didn't they just bring that over? Americans will be more than happy to. By all means, I don't really think this is bad. I'm just kinda disappointed. But out of nowhere in 2018, Nintendo shut down not only the Japanese versions online, but also DSi library. I'm so angry. I think I'm gonna. How can. Wait, no, I already did that joke. Whatever. Pseudomemo for Flipnote Studio 3D. Yahoo! There's very little out there about K-Root, which is kind of the problem. You see, the community is very small. Nothing compared to Pseudomemo, or definitely nothing compared to Hatena. Maybe because not many people know about it, or maybe the process of getting it is kind of hard. Also, do I need to explain how K-Root works? It works how you expect it to work if you know about Hatena. Now get off my back! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the conclusion. Something I can't do right in most of these videos is ending it appropriately, but I'll try my best. Flipnote Studio was my childhood. Me transitioning from child to teen was literally me using Flipnote, for better or for worse. It seems like Nintendo's Flipnote journey is finally coming to an end. There is Flipnote Studio, which is a fan-made Flipnote studio that you can download on your PC. I haven't tried it yet, but so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. I know this video isn't the best, there's plenty of other videos out there that talks about Flipnote in a better way. I am totally aware that I can make this video better, but this video is kind of like 80% comedy and 20% analysis, which, I don't know, I think I delivered on. I shoehorned in a lot of jokes that didn't need to be there, but these are baby steps. These are baby steps to a road to success. Right? I'm going to be successful in life, right?
No.
I usually try to put something together last minute to try to make something funny, usually what happens in the last of these videos, but my friends just exposed me to these leaks for Flipnote on Switch, and I guess I'm wrong. Nintendo's Flipnote journey doesn't end with Flipnote Studio 3D. At least I'm hoping. I'm really hoping that these are real, because if it isn't, I'll die.